Losing $277 trading the Nasdaq. What's going on, guys? Welcome on in for a recap. This is eerily similar to the start of last month. I can go back and show you exactly what I'm talking about. I did lose about $50 less, but we had these two S&P shorts on August 2nd. Here we are about a month later, and I had the same situation pretty much happen. Now, let's still talk about the trade. If it was good bets, bad bets, all that stuff. Here's the setup. I just drew this line in to kind of show lower highs or whatever. But the setup really was a break underneath this low of day after we had a little bit of a consolidation phase right here. So I get in on this candle, and then it snaps me right back out, so we get stopped. Then the idea is, essentially, why I played it again was usually, which I'm now beginning to track more closely, but usually it's good bets when you have a false break, but then into a lower high, as we see right here, and then we come back and break it again. Usually I've seen good momentum on the backside of that trade, and we tend to end up getting what I'm looking for. So I've had many situations where I stop out on that move. I get in, get stopped out, walk away, come back and go, oh man, and end up re-breaking and then going for that on that second attempt. I've had a lot of winners and a lot of losers, a lot of missed opportunities trading that way. So I took that as an opportunity today to trade that way, and it didn't pan out. So, you know, it is what it is, but really what happened was we had good momentum early, and that just completely faded. Like, that just died. The momentum dried up completely. And, you know, sometimes you can get a feel for that, and sometimes you can't. You know, here's my only negative, or the negative as to where I could have been like, you know, probably could have saw that coming. When you go out in the bigger time frames, the breakdown was going to be right into like underneath this volume node pretty much. So it had the potential, I thought, for momentum to the downside. However, we had already had a big move to the downside right into the lower end of this volume node. Knowing that, I probably could have been like, okay, we may see a bounce off this area to some degree. Might not be the best of bets to be playing the downside. However, trending down. It just was, I think I was asking for a little too much on that move. And so we end up, you know, it ends up not panning out. Now on the trade, so what I've been doing now, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to be taking the screenshots and throwing them in here so I can get a better feel. And what I'm going to be getting to track is trading in a higher time frame volume node as a custom tag. And what I mean by that, in this case, it was a 4-hour time frame. We were trading in that volume node that I just showed you. I'm not trying to trade in those time frames because I don't like to do that. But when I get a good setup on the 5-minute, I'm not necessarily opposed, and I just don't have the data to tell me to absolutely not do that again. You know what I'm saying? Like my speculation is that probably the bigger time frame volume node should invalidate the shorter time frame breakdown or breakout trade, but I don't know for sure. So tracking that enough the rest of this year, I think, will be a good additional piece to be tracking. So we'll see what happens, but those are the trades today. Technically, these were taken on the $25,000 account. So there you go. Usually on this account, I don't want to risk. Not usually. I mean, I don't want to risk more than $200. So the winners are usually substantially more than $200 if we win. So those are two good, I think, good size losses for that account. But we'll see how the rest of the month plays out. Unfortunate that it starts off that way. Should I have been more aware? Or going back to the beginning of last month, I could have avoided, if you go back to the recap video, the August recap, which if you haven't seen that, go watch. It's a good video. Go watch that. I could have avoided the poor start to August by just not trading that day because of what was going on outside of the market. In this situation, I came back. I saw we had momentum. Came to the charts. And I was like, okay, we got good momentum. Okay, and I wasn't really looking for a trade. And then I just happened to be clicking around. I saw the Nasdaq. I saw the setup right here, and I go, oh, this looks really good. If we break the low a day, let's go for it. And that was it. It wasn't like, something that I was, forcefully putting in. The second trade I probably could have avoided. Looking back, usually it's good bets. In this case, it didn't work out. But as you see, we're still in a downtrend, and what you end up finding is that this strategy, momentum strategy, really works when we are in these periods. But when we are in these periods, it's not good. When we're in this period, it's not good. So it's doing a better job of identifying, these periods and not these, right? Because this could work, right? This could end up working. But what is more likely to happen is we go undercut those lows, come back up, and then you're not playing momentum. You're playing shot. So that's not what I trade. So that's the recap. That's the trade. We're down. We start the month off down 277. Better than being down 322 last month, but it is what it is. So hopefully that was helpful. I'll leave a link to TradeZelle below, like always, where you can track your shit. Peace.